Alright, so it's 1:48 in the morning. I'm exporting day one's video. I'm gonna go fix the pull start on the motor because it's constantly breaking. It is the bane of my existence. Seriously, cannot keep that thing together. So I'm gonna fix that and then post this video to YouTube and hopefully get to bed by 2:30 and then wake up at 7 and do it all over again. So let's go fix the pull start. Yeah, I gotta keep the fan on in here to try to dry the boat off because it is waterlogged from yesterday. Morning! Day number 2. I did not fix the pull start last night. I worked on it for 2 hours and I just couldn't get it going. So we're gonna be starting the motor off the top. I need to take this thing to someone who actually knows what they're doing because I seriously tried to fix it for 2 hours. I was up till 4. It's now 8. Hopefully try to figure these fish out for tomorrow's tournament. See you there. Alright, so we made it. There's a bunch of debris everywhere. It's kind of ridiculous. The water's super stained, but I also noticed a bunch of patches like where it's a lot cleaner than others. But what I'm gonna do today, and my goal, is to jump around a bunch and find as much clean water as possible, fish a bunch of creeks, and just see what they're biting on. Let's go. I have a feeling these fish are gonna be a little bit shallower. The water's up like 2 feet. We'll see. I just talked to 2 guys that came out of here. They said they didn't catch anything though. So we'll see if we can make something happen. I'm starting off with this chatterbait underspin. Okay, so all the audio from today is ruined again because I guess the microphone was wet from fishing on Friday and I didn't dry it out enough and it just kept giving me that super staticky sound. So I'm gonna have to talk over this video again. Last time you guys said it wasn't that bad, so I'm gonna try to salvage this thing and get a little creative. Let's get to it. First spot of the day here. Picked up the chatterbait with the underspin, just covering water as quickly as I possibly can, not trying to spend more than 20 minutes in each spot. Switching rods every like 10 to 20 casts. You can see here I picked up a jig. Actually missed one right here. Got a little nibble. No connect. Throwing the black and blue bass band jig. It's a 1/2 ounce pitching jig with a flap and hog trailer. And what I'm doing is I'm flipping to any cover and just to the bank and letting it sink to the bottom, purely looking for a reaction strike and then slowly swimming it back to the boat. And I mean, the motor's on 5. I'm just constantly on it. Got to the back of that creek, didn't get another bite. Picked up that red lipless. And I'm just moving water, staying off the bank a little bit here and there, moving close, moving shallow, paralleling the bank. Did not get bit on this either, unfortunately, but I had to try it. Oh, I switched over, took Ace's rod. This is a 7.6 Tatula. It's an extra heavy by Daiwa. The rod is sick. I think it goes on sale for like $100. Ace, that rod is awesome. I might have to steal it from you. But yeah, I picked up another bass band jig there. Threw it around a couple little guts. No luck. Right there I was talking about switching from the 3.8 inch fat Kitech to the regular skinny one. Then we worked our way out to the mouth of the creek, finished up, and moved. It's so nice of them to cheer me on like that. So I just moved down lake a little bit more. I'm gonna fish a creek that I haven't fished yet this year, but I've done well in the past. I'm gonna be throwing a spinnerbait, the chatterbait jig, and the lipless around in here. Hopefully I'll be able to get on some sort of bite. I just need them to tell me something. I just need any piece of information to get bit and to figure out where these fish are. And that's what I'm doing today. I'm just jumping around a bunch, spending less than 20 minutes in each spot, just trying to find something. Here I picked up the spinnerbait. It's a chartreuse shad Strike King. It's like a 1/2 ounce with a big gold willow leaf blade. And I'm working down this windy bank into the back of a creek. And I remember talking about fishing history here. I'd done pretty well there in the past, in the spring. And while you're not supposed to always fish history when you have nothing going, it's something to start on. And here we go. Here it comes. Wait for it. Wait for it. There it is. That fish hammered it. Man, I'm so upset about this audio. It sucks. Alright, first fish of the day. Coming on the spinnerbait. Fourth cast back here. The water's a little bit cleaner. Caught him right on this little secondary point, right where it bends back and shoots back into this creek. This is a healthy 2.5, probably almost 3-pound fish. He smoked the spinnerbait too. Oh yeah. Alright, so that's gonna tell us something. Spinnerbait bite may be on, so I'm gonna keep throwing that around a little bit. I'm gonna work some more of this creek and then try some more on the way down. That fish came in about 6 feet of water right off this little secondary point, and I'm hoping that I can catch some more. Feels good to get one though. So I continued down that bank with the spinnerbait, and a jig did not get bit, and then we slowly worked our way out of this cove. Saw some fish on the graph a little bit deeper. And then we get out to the mouth. I'm about to move, and right here I get a text from my roommate. So it's the first, we always collect our cash and then deposit it into our landlord's account, and he texted my other roommate 9. He was like, guys, where's the money? Like, where's it at? It's gone. For like 30 minutes. And then he finally texts us back. I wasn't fishing this whole time. I was about to go home. And April Fools to us. Good work, Nick. Good work. You had me going. Seriously. So after that, I moved out to the main lake. I'm fishing some main lake banks, just that are getting crushed by the wind. Throwing the spinnerbait, the chatterbait. I popped the lipless around a little bit as well, and the jig, obviously. And again, I had the trolling motor on 5 the whole time. Got up to one of these. This is a main lake point. Ace and I love to fish here. Really good when the grass starts growing in. Throwing the spinnerbait. And I work my way back into this cove with the spinnerbait and a jig. Talked to a couple other guys that were sitting out here too. They were having a pretty bad day. They had not caught anything. They said they'd been out since like 8 a.m. So I work my way down that cove and then back out to the mouth. As you can see here, I'm fishing like a rocky bank with a jig. Working it pretty fast. Like, my main goal of the day was just to cover water and try to find bites. I wasn't even really looking to catch fish per se. I just wanted to get bit so I can have an idea of what to do tomorrow. Right here I'm like, fished a jig, I fished 2 different jigs, I fished a lipless, I fished a chatterbait, blah blah blah. Oh, and then I got it back into this creek here, and I fished it all the way through. I got bit as soon as I got in there. My GoPro was not on. On to the next one. We've got 1 fish. We've had 1 bite, both of which were from creeks. I've fished the main lake a lot. I've fished flats, bluff walls, and wood and grass. But both fish, well, the one that I would have caught, were both inside of creeks. So that's what I'm going to focus on for the rest of the day. Try to find some that I can get bit in, and then focus on that tomorrow. What do you guys usually do in this case when the water is up 2 feet and super dirty? I mean, there is stuff floating everywhere. It's a mess out here. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys do when you're fishing in this situation. So, came back up lake a little bit, so I was starting to head home. And yeah, the water was a little bit dirtier, but I wanted to try flipping something besides a jig. So I put on a Zoom creature bait. It's black and blue. It's a little bit bigger too. And in this dirtier water, I like flipping bigger things just so it gives them something to see a little bit. And as you can see, I'm fishing laydowns, like just pitching it tight up into this wood. And again, I'm just fishing it really fast. I'm pitching it into the cover, letting it sink straight down, letting it sit for a second, and then slowly starting to swim it back, or just keeping it close to the bottom and moving it quickly. And then that was it. Called it a day after 4.5 hours. There we go. let's see. Caught one fish, had one bite. Didn't see too many fish on the graph when I was fishing shallow, but I did figure out that the cleaner the water seemed to be a little bit better. I'd spent some time in this dirtier water, a little bit more mid-lake, and didn't get a single bite. So tomorrow, I'm gonna talk it over with Ace, see what he has to think about it. But I think we should run down lake and fish those creeks and coves that have cleaner water in them with spinnerbaits, jigs, swim jigs. Just see what they want. I have a feeling it's gonna be another really tough tournament for us tomorrow. But any day on the water is good, and you never know what's gonna happen. So, time to go home, get everything set up for tomorrow, and go to work. But till then, we will see you tomorrow on tourney day.